Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello. Welcome to the next episode of Spilling the Tea with Mama T. Hello. Um, I'm hanging out with my granddaughters, so preparing for uh, platters that we're going to be doing tomorrow. So today we're going to do some preparation. So I got my granddaughters with me to help me out on certain things, and I just had to hop on real quick because this just keeps being in my spirit. Early this morning, I had a dream that there was these military airplanes flying above. And the first couple of times they flew above, they was just flying above, but it was just so many of them. And I can remember in the dream saying to myself, I'm just going to stay close to home because I don't like this. Something's not right. And then all of a sudden, the next time they came around, they start shooting. And it wasn't so much to kill people. It was as if they was trying to clear the streets. So a lot of people was running into their homes and running wherever they could. I was happened to be on my porch, so we was able to run into the house and lock the door. And then a short time later, all you can hear was just banging on the roof or banging around the windows. And my first thought was, oh no, they about to board us up in here. But they didn't board up the windows. And I remember hearing the noise in the bathroom window. Now, the bathroom window was like one of those little skinny windows, you know, just so high. But I had left the window open, and it was the only thing that was not locked. The rest of the house windows was locked. The front door was locked. But that was the only window that was still open, and it was like high up towards the rooftop. And so the guy was had took the screen off and was putting his hands in, and I was trying to shut his hand in the window. And then I heard something say, well, he can't get in anyway because the window was that small that there was no way that he could get in. So I left the bathroom. And when I didn't hear nobody lurking around my house, my apartment, I stepped outside on the porch, and it seems like that it was clear. So I walked down the stairs a little bit, and all of a sudden you just start hearing screams. And I was seeing people taking people, women, children, men. It didn't matter who you were. They were snatching you up. I just don't know where they was taking them. And then one of the workers spotted me, and he just started coming really fast. So I ran real fast into the house and locked the door. They didn't break down the windows. They didn't kick the door in. Nope, they didn't do none of that. And so I happened to look to the left of me. There was some apartment buildings and some houses. And you can tell that there was nobody there. There was nobody in them. They immediately began to start taking out furnitures, refrigerators, dishwashers. Whatever was in that house, they was just tossing it out. Again, I don't know what they were doing in the vacant homes. You could just hear the cries and the screams of the children and the women on the streets as they was just picking them up. And so I don't know what happened when they got caught. And it's really weird because I've had 2 more dreams. I had a dream just a couple of months ago that the airplanes was flying over again. And this time they were bombing. They threw bombs. and people was running and scattering everywhere, and the atmosphere just became dark to where you could barely see, and smoke everywhere. So I grabbed some of my children and we ran, because the other children started running in a whole different direction. I was trying to call, come over here, over here. But they ran to they ran in another direction. So I found like a little pipe hole, and we crawled in it. And before you knew it, on the other side of the pipe hole, there was this white guy, and he told me to take his hand, that he would take us to safety. And so I grabbed his hand, and he pulled us out, and we traveled, I don't know, a few hours, and we came to this clear opening, and it was sunny, it was full of light, and it was as if it was like a compound kind of place, because you had to get clearance to get in. And when they opened the gate, it was concrete, and it was heavy. And when you got in behind there, the water was fresh, the food was fresh and good, and there was everything. There was little dorms, little apartments in there, and everything was good. So I had to go find out about my other babies. And he told me, no, it's very, very dangerous. I said, but I have to go find out what's going on. I have to see for myself. So I went back, and the moment you walked into that spot where everything was happening, it was dark. And it smelled, you could smell stuff burning. It was just an awful smell. And then I happened to go into one of the houses. I think this one was a house. I don't think it was an apartment. But I happened to go into one of the houses. And inside of the house was just as gloomy as it was on the outside. So inside of the house, they only gave you just enough light for you to get dressed. And it was filled with people. I mean, there were people everywhere. And it was as if it was like slavery. So it was a group that was getting ready for work, and they only left enough light for them to see how to get dressed. And if they was not getting ready for work, you could see that they were laying down on the floor asleep. And then the dream that I had before that occurred maybe 2 to 3 years prior to the second dream. And it was, everybody was out walking the kids, playing jump rope, grocery shopping, jogging, enjoying the day. It was a really nice, beautiful day. And all of a sudden, people in parachutes. So I don't know if it was if it was the military, but they was coming down from the sky, and they were coming down in parachutes. And they started capturing people as well. And this time I was in a house, and I happened to run in the house, and I did the same thing I did, was lock the doors and the windows and stuff. And immediately when they had the streets cleared, you could hear the banging. You can hear them building, because you could hear the saws, you could hear the hammering, you could hear all of that. And when you looked up, you see these, I call it towers, I don't know, buildings being put up. And they had them to where they were high. They built them to where they went really high up in the air. And when they was done, they came to your door, and they had guns, and they forced you out to go into this building. Now, when you come out on your porch, we did not step foot on the ground. From the time you got to your porch, it was as if they had like a scaffold kind of thing, and you stepped on that scaffold and you walked up the stairs to this big old building. And they was probably like apartments, because when I got up all the way to the stairs, I was probably at that time the third person down. One of the guys who was assigning the rooms or the apartments or whatnot, he looked over one of the peoples that was standing in front of me and said, "Oh, Miss Thomas, we have your unit ready for you, and also you have a washer and a dryer in your unit, and we also put good washing powder and bleach and stuff in there." And so the lady in front of me was asking, "Well, why does she get good privileges? What does she do? Why is she getting a washing machine? And we can't we can't have a washing machine." And then I woke up from that. The dreams that he had, this last one, they all tied in together. And God had told me to tell his people not to worry, because he is sending his warriors to rescue us. He is going to send his warriors out to come and get us. Notice that it's dark. And as I began to think more on this last dream that he gave me, I could hear him say in a strong, strong voice that dark times were coming. Dark times are going to come. Now, mind you, in the second dream, when I went into this house, there was so many people crowded in there. And if you wasn't up getting ready for work or headed to work, you was on the floor laying down sleep. There is going to be money. Some point in time, they are not going to take the money, because in the dream, I had to go get some money out of a bank, and I did. I didn't go inside of the bank, but I was on the outside with the ATM, and I put my card in, and I got money. And I went back to, I don't even know which kid was stuck over here, over there, or if it was a boy or a girl. I just knew that I had a child over there. I went and got the money and came back and brought it to them and told them that I will be back. I had to act like them and walk like them. They were not normal. They were not normal people. They walked slow. And you can tell that something had happened. I don't know what did. I don't know if they somehow reprogrammed them. I don't know if they were cloned. They just wasn't normal. And so going to the bank and coming back from the bank to take the money to my child, I had to actually act like one of the peoples on the streets, or else I would be killed before I went back to this compound to figure out how I was going to get my child out of there. And God let me know that there are going to be dark times. Dark times is coming. But he's told us not to worry, because he's going to send his warriors after us. He was going to send his warriors for us. He also told me to let you know that we need perishable things. We need waters. We need canned goods. We need anything that can, get us through until he comes through for us. Whatever it is. Also, he told me we needed battery-operated things like a radio or a TV, anything that operates on battery or solar. And I was looking at one of these places that do the perishable items. They have everything from food to generators to even a little portable potty. They even have that first aid kits. We need to stock up on all of that stuff. Because once again, excuse me, the stream I just had today, they didn't kick in the door. They didn't bust the windows. They didn't go in and pull you out of your houses. No, they caught you on the streets. They caught you on the streets and they grabbed you from the streets. But as long as you stayed in your house with the doors locked, they didn't force their way in. They didn't force their way in. They only grabbed those who were out on the streets. And there were children, babies, women, men, every race, everything, you know. And there were quite a few of us barricaded in our own homes. The second dream that the second dream that I had a couple of months ago is that they took over homes and they put people in them, and I mean, they were packed. Literally, like they were packed. And the thing that gets me is that they were not normal. They walked a different way, kind of zombie-ish like, if that's a word. But that's how they were. And you know, I can't help but to think of all those people who took the shot. Now, I'm not for sure, but I think a lot, and I'm wondering what is going to happen for those people who have taken the shot, because the people was not normal. And he's given me three dreams, and they're all tying in together. They're all tying in together. If you gotta be forced into your house, you need the things to survive. Don't go get the stuff and put it in your car. A lot of people are going to get their perishable items and their emergency kits, and they're going to put them in your car. Do not put them in your car, because it's not going to save you. They're going to get you if you're on the streets. If you're on the streets, they're going to get you. The best place in my dreams was the house, your home. Stay in there with the door locked. Now, when they came in this last dream, when they came in and you started hearing hammering on the roof and by the windows and stuff, my first thought is, oh, they're gonna board up the window. They're gonna suffocate us. Nope, they didn't do that. I don't know what they did, what they was doing to the windows. I don't know what it was that they was doing, but they did not even bust in the windows. They didn't even bust in the doors. They didn't do none of that. So I don't know. I just know that you'll be safe in your homes. So you need to get your stuff for your home. You need a portable radio that operates on battery. You need if you find a TV that operate on a battery, or they have the solar generators or the solar whatever it is that you may be able to use. Now, I looked at this place called Literacy, and they do have parish items. So they do have the portable toilet stool, and it's really small. It's just portable. It's really small, but it's a portable stool. Like I said, they turned off the electric. They cut the electric. They cut the electric. If you have, I know now, Dollar General, Dollar Tree, they have the lanterns that operate on battery, and they're really bright. Those are the kind of things we need. Water. You need snacks for the kids, because I don't know how long that all of that will take place. I don't know the next step until God tells me. But I just knew I had so much to do today preparing cooking and spending time with my granddaughters that I just couldn't wait to tell you what the dreams were. Get your waters, get your perishable item. Literacy has this. I'm going to post the I'll come back and do another live and post the place that has them. You may look up other places that carry perishable foods and drinks and stuff to see which one can go into your budget. But they do have one. It even comes with meats, and this perishable foods is high in proteins and it's healthy for you. And it's coming in a pouch. They even have the things to where you have the little stove. So, you know, you'll be able to still cook a meal, feed your family until God comes through. Because he said that don't worry, that he was going to send his warriors. He said he was going to send his warriors. So we need to be mindful. Every time you go to the store, get something and put aside. Stack up in your closet, stack up in your room, stack up, because if they can cause us starvation in our home or, you know, anything like that, that will force us to go out. And like I said, I don't know what they're doing to them, but the dream that I had the last time, the people were not normal. They were not normal. And all I know is that the government and the health officials are trying their hardest to push the shots on you. And we got to sit and think, why is it so serious? When we had the flu shots, when we have the vaccination for the children, and even with that, with the children, you can be exempt due to religious or your feelings. You do not have to get these shots for your children. You do not have to get these shots for flu. Every year they ask me, do you want the flu? And it's like, no, I don't want the flu. They do not push it on you. Why is the government pushing the COVID shots on the people? Now, I'm not saying that these people become abnormal with the shot. I don't know, but it's something about the shot that I don't like. The way how the shot just come on the scene, and the way how they're pushing it on us. They're not even trying to give us an option to choose for ourselves whether we want to take it or whether we don't. So that's what I wanted to come and tell you real quick before I get my day started and spend time with my grandbabies and do my cooking. Please be mindful. Pray on it. Don't just take my word for it, but please pray on it. Begin to ask God what's going on. Please. And whatever you do, even to be on the safe side, start stacking up your waters, your canned goods, your perishable stuff. You got children, snacks, perishable snaps, chips. You know, children, they like this stuff. If you can find some perishable juices, fine. But there are companies that are selling the perishable items, and it's fruits, it's vegetables, it's even meats. I think the perishable meats are beef and chicken. And it has protein in it. So it's not the unhealthy kind. It has protein in it, and then it's supposed to be really good. It comes in a pouch. They have mashed potatoes. They have vegetables. You know, your peas, your carrots, your corn. They have vegetables, yes. They also have juices. And I know they have powdered milk. So I will come back on. If I don't come back on today, I will be busy tomorrow. But Monday, I will look some places up and come back and give you prices and give you qualities and where you can purchase them. It is time, you guys. saving. Please start saving your money. Start putting some money away. Because God did say dark times are coming. And in my second dream, I went to the bank to withdraw money. I had a card and I was able to pull out money. So somewhere in this, you're going to be able to use money. I don't know for how long you will be able to lose money, because I believe there's going to come a time where money is not even going to matter. Money is not even going to be on the scene. So start saving, please. I pray that you guys have a blessed day. I pray that you guys really heard what I said. If you don't believe it, ask God, especially you Christians out there, you so-called Christians too. Ask God. Pray to God. Ask him to reveal it. Ask him. Dark times is coming, whether you want to believe it or not. Or are we going to be like the day of Noah, when God told him to build the ark and everybody laughed at him? Oh, he's a drunk. He don't know what he talking about. He crazy. You going to be like them people? And guess what? When God sent the flood, what happened? They perished too. Ask him. Pray to him. Talk to him. He's going to tell you. He's about to tell you what's about to happen. Something is around the corner. It's too quiet. Something is brewing. And God told me dark times were coming. I pray this helps you out. I pray this word blesses you. Please take into consideration what I've said. Once again, I will do my best to be back live on Monday to give places that do perishable, that sell perishable items, what you can buy perishable, and what would be the best choices. Okay, so until then, please be blessed, please be safe, and please be mindful. Anything you see or you hear, you ask God, what's going on? What is going on? I love you. And until next time, this is Mama T signing off.